What are we doing?
We are recording a podcast. Hey, everybody. It's Mitch and it's Mike, and it's Mitch and Mike's voiceover journey. Welcome. And we have my good pal, Leslie Grant, on with us today. Say hello to the audience there, Leslie.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, that was so
Good
sweet.
job.
Oh,
Very nice
hello,
job saying hello.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
That was probably the best hello, everybody, I think we've ever had.
Mostly because we didn't
You
talk
honored
over
me.
you. It was nice.
Yeah. So, Leslie's a good pal of mine that kind of got to know her because, once again, another one of my Dungeons and Dragons group, bunch of us voiceover actors that play Dungeons & Dragons on the Vocal Forge. If you want to go to YouTube and watch us, it's vocal_forge on YouTube. And we just have a rip-roaring time, and Leslie is a very talented voiceover actress who is also part of the Shoestring TV family as of a recent addition.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a big part of the Topaz and Stillman show that's coming next month, man. It's finally going to debut next month. It's like we've been working on this thing forever.
For a while.
Finally going to debut. I'm excited.
Me too. Yeah.
But
I'm
how
also
are you doing? What, you're not?
No, I am. I am also.
Oh, you are
excited.
also excited.
Am also, yes.
Am also good.
Okay, yes.
So anyway, as
Yay.
we turn our attention to Leslie. Hey there. How have
Hello.
you been doing, my friend?
I'm good, perpetually tired. I think it's just the way of the world right now. I'm too young to be tired, but whatever.
All the things going on.
Yeah.
Trying to juggle. You're like me, trying to juggle the day job and the side job of voiceover. It gets pretty taxing, and then trying to play Dungeons and Dragons when you can,
And video games on the
guys,
side,
yeah,
all
oh
of
my
it.
miniatures and
At least I
do all
didn't glue
the
my
things.
fingers together this time, so
That's
I'm very
good.
proud.
Wow.
That's good.
I've
Yeah,
changed
well,
from super glue to plastic glue, so
Smart.
Okay.
yeah, that way.
I don't even know what plastic glue is, but good
It
for
like
you.
melts the plastic pieces together, so it's like a stronger glue or a
All right.
stronger like melding. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
anyway. I'm a nerd.
Yeah, before we started recording, Leslie was telling us all about her nerdery things that she's been doing and painting the minis and that's
Don't be a
just,
nerd. It takes all your money.
I know.
This is
right?
true.
I just pre-ordered The Last of Us scripts 1 and 2. I just
For the TV show or for
no,
the
the video games.
video game?
I'm
Okay.
such a huge fan of the video games, and Naughty Dog keeps coming out with this stuff, and I keep buying it. I have no money. Anyway.
and no place to put it.
No place. This is all junk. I just. For those of you who don't know, I am a millennial that moved back home with her parents because I have no money. So
And so she just keeps spending money on nerd stuff, and so
Yeah.
she'll never move out.
Never. Enjoy
Honestly-
the things.
my parents are probably fine with it.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
It's good to hear.
My mom, the amount of times I've left and then come back, she's like, "If you leave again, I'm gonna break my heart." I'm an only child, so that's another thing.
Yeah,
Same.
But
me too.
Yeah.
But I don't think my parents really cared when I left.
Hey, Mike, you want to ask your nice initial question that really gets the ball rolling?
Yeah. Whoa, we've gotten off on a tangent. Yeah. Anyway, hey, let's talk about voiceover stuff, shall we?
Yeah.
So, Leslie, we like to find out about our guests, right? We want our audience to know who you are, get a better idea of what makes Leslie tick and why they need to get to know you. I hopefully they've already figured out, gosh, this girl is pretty doggone cool, and they want to get to know. But the more they find out about you, the more they're gonna go, wow, I really like this chick. I really want to get to know her. So, hey, why don't you tell us where the whole voiceover, the idea of I want to be a voice actor began, and how you kind of got into it.
okay, here we go. This is the tangent.
Oh.
So
We're
I
ready for
started
it.
out. Initially started out
Sorry.
doing. I'll just. It's been
I'm
great.
just gonna-
It's been great. I'm having a great time.
Shortest podcast.
No, I started out doing training for animals in movies and television. So that's what I used to do, and because I had always
Wait. Stop. Back up. You were training animals themselves for
Yes.
movies and television.
yes.
So, like,
I
you were.
wasn't- I was so new at it that I wasn't the initial like trainer, but I've been on a movie set it was a film in China where I was an assistant animal trainer to the main trainer.
What animal?
Which we did border collies for that movie.
Okay.
It was a movie called The Rescue. It's from China. It's really really intense film. Eddie Peng is the main actor in that. Really cool dude. But that was the main one I did. But before that, I got my bachelor's degree at Carroll College for wow, I can't talk today. Anthrozoology, which is the study between the human-animal bond. And you can either pick the biology track or the psychology track. I went psychology because science is not my friend. Math is not my friend. I was actually surprisingly really good at chemistry in high school, which is just odd. But anyway, I did psychology because I wanted to do more behavioral stuff and training, whereas a lot of the people who went into the biology track wanted to go into veterinary stuff. So, and that was just not my forte. But there we mostly trained dogs and horses. So we did horses for hippotherapy, which is like therapy with horses, helping people with mental problems, PTSD, stuff like that. And then you could decide to train a dog and work with either search and rescue, narcotics work, cadaver work, a lot of different things. So that's a lot of the different stuff we learned there.
Wow.
And then after I got my associate's degree at Moore Park College, which is in Southern California, near Simi Valley.
I used to live in Moore Park.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
Yeah, small world.
Oh my gosh, small world.
Yeah, you know that big giant trailer park?
Yes.
That was me. I was trailer trash.
I was me. That was. Oh my god.
Whoa. That's
Yay, trailer
amazing.
trash.
If you're not watching this on YouTube, I just did something that made fireworks go off.
Let me go on the
That's
record
amazing.
and say, I don't think everyone who lives in a trailer is trash. Just Mike.
Nope.
Just me.
Disclaimer.
Okay.
Disclaimer.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so I went there, and they have an actual zoo on the campus, which is how we learned to work, and I got my degree in exotic animal training and management. So I ended up working with their male lion, a couple of spider monkeys, capuchins, a big macaw, green-winged macaw, beaver. What else did I work with there? There were hyenas, mountain lions, so it's a lot of the good stuff. Yeah, so that's where I learned a lot of that.
That sounds so unfulfilling.
Right?
Who likes animals?
Oh,
I want to do
animals.
that.
Oh, and then I was the accident-prone one. I got bit by an ocelot. I still have the scar, like right over here. I was in and out of the
There's a phrase you don't hear every day. Bit by an ocelot.
By an ocelot.
Yeah.
I was in and out of the hospital for about a week because wild cat mouths have really bad bacteria in their mouths.
Oh.
So, just red all in all my arm. I had to see a plastic surgeon. Yeah, it was a lot. But I made the joke that when I was like near LA, oh guys, I saw a plastic surgeon in LA. Whatever. But so there was that, and then I was volunteering and interning at the Oakland Zoo for a little while. Worked with the bats and the river otters. So the flying foxes, we call them. They're the Malayan fruit bats, which have like a 7-foot wingspan, 5-foot wingspan.
Whoa.
The big boys.
Yeah.
They're the big boys.
Easy big boys.
Yeah.
So are otters like as super cute and cuddly and lovely as everyone makes them out to be?
It's according to the species. The river otters are bastards.
Okay.
Our river otters, they were sweet, but like, you know Zootopia, when the bad guy was the river otter and he was like ripping everyone apart with rabies?
No.
Vaguely.
The first
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, the first one.
Okay, I must never seen it.
That's what a river otter's like.
This
They're
sounds like a
they're
different
insane.
movie.
They're absolutely insane. I love them to death, but they're wild animals.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But like, I know a lot of people like small clawed otters, which are like small Asian clawed otters, something like that. But those are the ones a lot of times people like will videotape themselves swimming with and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then sea otters, I haven't worked with them, but I think they're usually pretty chill. But it's the river otters, the North American river otters.
River otters
watch out
bad.
for.
Bastard.
Other otters, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, that was my experience. It could be different with everyone else. I loved the otters, but yeah, so that was that, and I worked at the Universal Studios for a little while in Hollywood.
Okay.
I worked.
Were you in one of the shows?
Animal Actors. I was in the Animal Actors show.
Whoa!
Yeah, so I
mean, I probably didn't see you because it's been forever and a day since I've been to Universal Studios, but I used to go to those shows all the time.
2018 was when I was there.
Yeah, see, I was, I probably, last time I went there and saw an animal show was like in the mid-90s. So
Yeah, no, unfortunately they've closed because I think they wanted to make more room for more rides and stuff. So
stupid rides.
I know. I mean, the rides are awesome, but yeah. But I worked more in the back. I did a lot of the cleaning and stuff because I was more of a newbie. But I was, if you've ever seen the show, anybody who's listening or watching, the person running across stage with like the cat attached to their back who's like screaming, I did that a couple of times. It was a lot of fun.
Okay.
That was a lot of fun.
Hey, I was a Klingon in one of the the Star Trek experience show, so
That is awesome.
I was also Doc Brown in the tram ride where you'd stop and you did, I don't even know if it's still there, but I got to be Doc Brown. I got to be up on the, like they put a harness on me and I got to be up there and I got to put the on the clock tower and I put the thing together and then they like flipped me around to like a skeletal, it was the greatest. It was the greatest.
That's
I love those. And they
That's
don't
a
really,
news
I don't
story,
even
yeah.
know if they do those
That's
with
cool.
audience participation anymore.
No, the rides that were there when I was working there, not really. It's all like animatronic and screens and stuff. Yeah, man.
Wild.
What are you gonna do, right? But
Yeah. But so animals.
Yeah,
Really?
so I only worked at Universal Studios for a little while because I ended up getting a job with wolves in Canada.
What?
Yeah, so I worked with these amazing group of wolves up in Canada who their claim to fame is Game of Thrones. So
No kidding.
the first 4 seasons. What?
Oh, I was just gonna say I've watched the first season but haven't watched the full thing. Now I kind of need to just so I can see Leslie's wolves.
You should. I can tell you some cool behind the scenes stuff. But I wasn't actually on the set or working for them while Game of Thrones was going on. I think I might have been still working for them when they were doing the last season. I can't. Yes, because I remember them having to train the wolves on oh my God, what are those things called? Treadmill with green screen.
Oh.
Because the actors were never actually with the wolves. They green screened all that.
Okay.
Because most of the show was filmed in Belfast and out in Europe and stuff, and where these guys were in Canada. So, save money and things like that.
Right.
But, yeah, so there's all of that. They did seasons 4 through 8, I think, because seasons 1 through 4 were dogs. I think that's right. Don't quote me on that.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure
I
that's
don't
right.
know. I'm gonna just believe you today.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's just fascinating all these different types of animals that you've worked with.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, but I needed a life change. So it's just stress and fun stuff, and I decided to go a different direction. And I came home after that. Thankfully, I came home like a little bit before COVID had hit. So I was able to not have to be stuck in a different country when everything shut down.
Yikes.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it was, I think, the end of 2019 was about the time I was like trying to figure out what am I going to do with my life. I don't want to go back to Target because I worked at Target for a while and retail is horrible. And
welcome to Target.
Right? Oh,
Yeah.
God. I love Target, but I feel like everyone who works at Target, you just know. You find someone that says, "Oh, I used to work at Target," and they just go, without saying anything.
Yeah,
but,
you did. Yeah, you did.
But so at the end of 2019ish, I was playing some of my video games because I'm a big nerd, and I was like, what do I want to do? And I've always kind of wanted to act, but I'm horrible at memorizing lines. So I'm like, oh, don't voice actors just read? That stupid crap, right?
Uh-huh.
And but my biggest thing that I was thinking about was like, okay, there's no way they just read. They actually have to act because these voice actors are fantastic. I think I was playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey at the time as Cassandra with Melisandre Mahoo playing the role. She's one of my heroes. And I was playing The Last of Us Part 2 later when it came out in 2020. And that was Laura Bailey and Ashley Johnson. And I'm just like, no, those are some actors, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I was like, I wonder what you have to do to get into voice acting. So that's what I started thinking. And then Facebook, because it's creepy like that, decided to give me an advertisement that said, hey, you should check out this voiceover class. So it did, and there was a community college out in Gilroy that offered like a 3-hour course of intro course, and it was with Such a Voice. So that's how I ended up kind of getting into that. We had this intro course. The woman that was teaching it, awesome lady. They pretty much don't just let anyone in because not everyone can just do it. Not everyone. And you don't want to put your time and effort into people who need more time and effort. And some people just, it's hard, right? You guys know.
Mm-hmm.
And so they pretty much let you know, hey, you can do this, or hey, go a different route. In a nice way, right? And so she had called me and said, hey, if you want to keep going, we have packages available for coaching and demos and stuff like that. And that's how I met my coach, Tim Powers. And so he was my coach, and the rest is pretty much history with that. And my main goal is video games is what I really, really want to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then through Tim, I met all of you lovely people and the great mic droppers, and through them, I met Pelly. So, and then Terry Briscoe and introduced me to Shoestring TV, which is how I met Mike and Mitch. So
Yeah.
I just said Mike, so
it's a long route
See,
to
D&D
me.
and Pelly,
Right?
zero
Okay.
Mike. Yeah, so
Right?
I technically am two different people that you met. So.
right,
Can
Pelly
I,
and Mike.
Yeah.
Can
I have two
I
personas.
pick apart so I got the Such a Voice thing. I must have been listening to me as well. And I did the...
I'm going to check Facebook right now.
Yeah.
See if-
Honestly,
I did the phone call, and forgot the woman's name. But she's like, yeah, you're set to do the whole thing. And I'm like, I'm so skeptical. I'm going to do more research. Now, I'm not sure if I chose the right way. It was have one coach for 2 years or something. It was pretty wild. But
wow.
how do you feel after that? How did you feel after going through that? Because not everyone gets the whole shabonk in one lump sum. What did you feel after that?
I think I got really lucky because of my coach. Because I know somebody who kind of went the route I did and was not super taken with that whole thing, without saying too much,
Sure.
And but I was very, very blessed. # blessed. But
You must hashtag
right?
it, yeah.
right. With the Gen Zers out there, but with Tim, and we clicked immediately, and I love the guy. He actually got me a lot of my jobs with just people he knows, and like, hey, I know a chick, her name's Leslie, or hey, here's an audition, sends it my way, just awesome dude. And then through him, all of this huge community of people who also have just always had my back, and I have theirs, right? And but to get back to your point, it was a lot at first. I didn't know what I was really getting into, but I just went with the flow. And the fact that they also offered like the marketing stuff, which I am horrible at. I have always been somebody who doesn't like to sell my talent, because I'm always one of those people who's like, oh, there's better people out there, you should go with the other people, that kind of stuff. But then you don't get anywhere if you do that, right?
Yeah.
But there also has to be that nice balance of not being a total tool bag about it, that whole thing, because if you're a tool bag, nobody's going to want to work with you. So but you do what you can. But yeah, I was very happy with it. I think the one thing I wasn't super taken with, just to be completely honest, is I don't know if they should offer a demo at the end of it, because I don't think I was ready.
Gotcha.
And I know a lot of people have kind of said the same thing. My demo sounded great. I was very happy with it. But at the same time, I don't feel like a handful of coaching lessons and stuff really makes it... You know what I'm trying to say?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've had
We've heard that.
coaches or talked to people where there's a little different tack to it. Is we'll make a demo with you when you're ready, as opposed to you'll do these 3 lessons or these 6 lessons, and at that point you will be ready, and we'll make a demo.
Yeah.
And I like the former tack, because I mean, some people need a lot more seasoning.
True.
And
Some people
it's
don't.
like I look back and listen to my demos, and I feel like, all right, did okay with those, did pretty good. I don't know, I mean, the illustrious David Rosenthal did my from GVAA did my demos and did a fantastic job with them and really, coaxed out something really good for me, I think. But I look at that and I'm like, yeah, I knowing what I know now and doing what I do now, I could do better now. But I couldn't have really gone live, without him, right? I mean, you kind of need to set up your shop, and that's one of the things to be professional. You got to have some demos.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, timing is everything, and to be pushed into timing that you may or may not be ready for is not really.
Yeah.
The way to go.
And through such a voice too, because the two that they offered in that package were narration and commercial, and I wanted like animation and video games, right? But I mean, you have to start somewhere, so I did appreciate that. And let's be honest, most of the jobs out there are narration and commercial, and audiobooks, which I really don't want to do audiobooks.
That's a lot.
I have no patience for that. And the sound floor for me, I'm like, we got an air conditioning vent right up here. Like, it's just my floor squeaks. I don't know how to get rid of that.
I need to
so
do
I have
more
to stand
yelling.
very still. Yeah. I have to sound like very, and we have a parrot downstairs, so I'll usually have to, and he's like he's not like a little, like, he's and I'll usually have to be like, Dad, can you shut him up? Like, just because he talks, he's very sweet, but there's certain times of the day where he wants attention, and he's gonna let you know.
Oh my gosh. The whole house is working against you.
Yeah. I mean, I feel, I'll be in here sometimes and like, I'll be at, 57, 58, and I'm like, air conditioner, and think about going to shut it off, but I can't imagine.
I usually do, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot you're dealing with that could influence your
shut
sound.
that bird off.
Yeah, you gotta do what
his
you gotta
scream is so painful. I swear I got tinnitus from him, but whatever. Just, yeah, but
animals.
I love them, but I hate them. Yeah. It's a love-hate. It's a love-hate for sure.
So the through line is Tim. Of all these people, it's Tim Powers helped create. I'm not going to say such a voice because I don't know anybody else over there. Tim Powers created this powerhouse of actors.
Oh, nice.
A team that all stick together, as you said. I have had zero coaches get me work. Now, I'm not saying they don't want to, or maybe they don't often find enough work for all of their students. But that's also very cool, because if
I'm pretty sure it's very rare.
I think it's
a
rare.
Tim thing.
Yeah.
I think it's just,
I know, like, I had Katie Lee refer me for something once last year. I didn't, they had already cast it, but that was pretty cool. But that's the only time I've really had a coach go like, yeah, I think you can do this. I'm going to, throw you over to these people.
I think the difference too as well, because like a lot of coaches and people and mentors in my life, they've always been me here mentor, right? Like you put them on this pedestal, and they're always higher than you, they know more than you. And Tim is still that way for me, but at the same time, after you go through the program and you're done with his coaching, you become like friends, and you're on the same level, which is really cool. And I think that's kind of what helps too, because it's like, if I ever found a job that I'd be like, oh, I know a guy with a perfect voice for that, I will send it to Tim, easy. I just haven't been able to, because I haven't been in touch with a lot of people to give auditions at the moment.
Right.
But
I love Tim too. I mean, again, just it's not the first time I've championed him on this show, and it won't be the last. But I mean, just I met him at One Voice last year. Can't wait to see him again this year. And
I still have yet to meet him in person.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He's way nicer in person.
But just like, pulled me in. I was a noob. I had done nothing, and I felt like an imposter. Being with all of these seasoned voiceover veterans, and he was the one that told me. I said I was talking to him and some other people, and I said blah blah blah, and I'm it's fun to be an aspiring voice actor, and he stopped me short and said, no, you're not an aspiring voice actor, you are a voice actor. And I was like, whoa.
I know, it blows your mind, right? He did the same thing to me, and I was just like, am I though? And he's just like, stop that.
But he sees something in people, and he wants to coax it out. He wants to see us succeed. So that's, and I don't know that. I mean, there's a few coaches where I've coached with them, and it's like, done a workout with them or something, and it's like, I felt they were just kind of, going through the motions, and I didn't really feel like a personal connection. But there have been plenty that I feel like have really I've really connected with, and Tim's one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Through Such a Voice as well, they were sending me emails of different demos and things you want to do, and at one point they sent me one saying, "Oh, we're offering animation demos now," and I was like, "Oh, sign me up!" So I decided to go through them for my animation demo, and I got paired with the coach Michael Yurchek, and he was amazing. He was so cool, and I really connected with him as well. And the nice thing about that one, it was a bit of a different demo than the original one that they kind of offer you through with the commercial and narration. This one, we wrote the script together, and we created my characters together, and he actually was my producer. I mean, I had a different producer, but he was my director. There we go. The director for my demo, which I think is what really helped too, because my initial demos that I did with Such a Voice, Tim was my coach, but I had someone else be my director when I was in the studio. And I think that's another reason why I don't think I did as well too, because Tim gets something out of me that nobody else can sometimes. So, and that's why I went through him and Nick Mars to do my new commercial demo that they produced for me.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have Nick on. That's the second time.
Yeah,
I've heard it.
that's one of
At
the
least
He's
one of the
such
names
a cool guy.
Yeah, I've been on a couple of Terry, Mike Cunningham's. Like every so often we'll throw out a Zoom link and say, "Hey, we're all getting together on a Saturday night or whatever." And I've met Nick through that. And had several conversations with him. And
Yeah, he's
we're
so
now
cool, and
Facebook
he's like
friends.
he makes his own microphones.
Yeah, it's
like-
insane, the technology, the
Yeah,
technological
he was like
wizard he is.
taking stuff and soldering. I don't know what he was doing, but I was like, that is
Well, and
awesome.
Peter Rain, who we had on a couple weeks ago, is working with him now to like put together
Help with-
some
yeah.
kind of class, some kind of
Yeah,
like
I saw that.
yeah.
that-
And I'm like, well, that sounds fascinating.
Oh man, I'm still trying to do good auditions, so I don't know if I'm there yet.
Okay, so that,
be
that
talented,
does
huh?
lead me to my next question. This is leading. So you got Such a Voice. You coach with Tim Powers. You're done coaching. Everything's kosher. You're no longer coaching, and you're just finding jobs. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes and no. Like,
I was guessing no. I assume no because we're always coaching.
yeah, well, yeah, that. But like, it's also the money too. Money's always going to be a thing.
Absolutely.
You have to spend money to make money.
Yep.
But I will try if I see coaching or like one-on-one sessions where the ones where they do like 10 people at a time and they kind of go through them with like a 3 to 5 hour session. I've done a few of those with what are they called? Voiceover Network in England.
Yeah.
I did some with them, which was a lot of fun. So just coaching all the time, but when you're trying to save money, that's when you just start kind of just trying to do as many auditions as you can get, and you just try to find them wherever you can get. I have an agent, but they keep sending me auditions for in-person stuff in the Midwest, and I'm like, I've had to email them so many times saying, when I was taken by you guys, I'm a voice actor and I'm on the West Coast, I can't keep doing this. So I don't know how that's working out, but I'm always looking for agents. But most of my auditions I was doing Bidalgo for a while.
Yeah.
But I know that's a lot of people aren't super taken with that, because I think they're one in Europe as well, I think, and they
Germany.
if you don't get it immediately, they've already taken the first few people that have auditioned, right?
Yeah,
I got a
ran into
couple
that with them as
shortlists
well.
on there. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But I liked them because you could sign up for 1 or 2 months at a time instead of having to do a full year for $500, So that's why I like them. I think I did like 3 months and then a 6-month thing with them. But most of that was for me learning how to audition, learning how to edit,
Yeah.
just take your breaths and your lip smacks out, which I have always a problem with.
So you learned
and
on
then-
the fly.
Yeah, and then I did a lot of casting call club
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, that's a good place to learn.
Okay.
Their expectations there are interesting, to say the least. Sometimes it's like...
I don't know if I know enough to know that. I just send auditions in and I never hear anything back.
I've heard enough auditions on there where the background is like...
Oh,
And I'm like, okay, all right,
yeah.
it's fine. Everyone's doing their
Everyone
best.
starts,
Yeah, everyone's
right?
doing their best there.
Shooting their shot.
Yeah, so that's cool. Wow. Okay, so at least Such a Voice and Tim gave you the confidence to go out and audition. We have some friends who they wouldn't audition till everything was like, they built up this huge base. You know, people play a game and they like start collecting all the resources until like they can't lose the game because they've collected all the resources. I don't know how else to describe this.
Yeah, no, that's accurate.
And you're just like, I found a sword. Let's go.
Yeah.
Leroy Jenkins. Pretty much how
and
I
then
play
I will collect
Skyrim.
all the things I find and put them all in my pocket so I can sell them all later at the little gift shop.
Okay, we got the right idea there. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a friend who sent me, I think that's how I heard about Casting Call Club. It was one of my old friends from Moore Park they all had found out that I switched careers, which is, I don't know if this is a good or bad thing, but a lot of them who are my really good friends from Moore Park, they were all saying, "Oh, you switched careers? Good for you. We all saw that coming." And I was like, "What does that mean?"
What does
Yeah,
that
that's
mean?
loaded. That's a loaded
Yeah, did
statement.
you
What
get
was that
that?
supposed to
Yeah.
mean? And they were like, "Well, we know you love animals, but we just knew it wasn't your passion." And I was like, accurate.
Wow.
Accurate.
Okay.
I've always loved animals, but I feel like deep down I was using it as a stepping stone to get into the acting industry and to get more towards there, which is such a roundabout way to go about doing that. But I've always been good with animals. It's been a very innate, you either have it or you don't, you know, being able to read them and talk with them in a language they understand. So I've always been good at that, but it's just, it wasn't my passion.
Yeah.
Still,
So-
it cracks me up that's like, I want to get into acting, so I'm going to use animals. I'm like,
I've always been an odd child. My
is-
parents have
I
always
like
said,
cookies.
You enjoy.
Can I make this
Yeah.
into an acting?
I'm gonna get into milk. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you
Oh,
and I can
man.
get together. Have
That,
cookies
that
and
is
milk,
an
and then-
interesting, interesting
yeah, so
route.
that's- I know it. I mean, I'm here, so
Yeah, you are.
it
Yeah, you are.
Maybe I don't know.
You could have gone the restaurant route. I don't think that helps.
Is that what you did?
I mean, I just worked at a lot of restaurants. It didn't get me anywhere. I just worked there. I don't know what else to say. There's no route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could do like me and just be white collar for your entire life and just stare at a computer screen and think there's got to be
Yeah.
more.
There's more to this life.
We all find it somehow.
More to this provincial life.
Yep, there you go. But I mean, my parents were Silicon Valley guys their whole life. My dad worked at Apple for a while when I was born, and a lot of computer stuff, and I was like, nope, I don't want to do that. And yet I'm sitting in front of my television playing PlayStation. So it's some kind of screen whenever it is. I mean, I'm looking at a computer screen right now, so, you know.
That's our lives,
But-
man. If it's not a big screen, it's a small screen. You know,
Yep.
we're just constantly staring at something. That's amazing that any of us can still see straight.
I should get my eyes checked out. Thanks for the reminder.
Yeah, well, make an appointment.
So
You want us to pause so you can call your optometrist?
My optometrist. Oh, goodness.
I do have more questions.
Yeah.
You turned. So I didn't quite hear where the love came from. You love video games. I know that. You love animals, which for me doesn't quite connect, but you found it. That's cool. So where does this, like, did you want to act when you were a kid and you just, like, didn't know what audience to go to? You said you didn't like memorizing lines, which most people don't. But
I'm horrible at it.
I'm pretty sure I've seen you act, and I was pumped. So, like, where does this come from?
I don't know. I've always loved entertainment. I've always loved TV shows, movies, mostly TV shows. I'm mostly one of those ones. It's like you either love TV or movies, and I've always been a TV show person because it's longer and you get more in the heads of the characters, whereas a movie, it's like 1 to 3 hours. Nowadays, 4-hour movies. But I need more of that in, like, you know, a TV show. And then video games, especially with today's video games, where you're playing a movie, right?
Right.
And the big story games that Naughty Dog and all those big companies are Bethesda and stuff like that come out with. And I don't know, my whole life I've always been kind of a goof. I love to make people laugh. It's that, like, you know, that adrenaline shot you get when somebody laughs at something you say.
So you're broken
And
like me.
Yeah, we're all broken.
Oh,
Why aren't they laughing? Why aren't they laughing?
But I've always loved making people laugh, and I just enjoy getting into the psychology of characters, if that makes sense. I find that fascinating. I was a psychology minor, and everything fascinates me with the way people work, you know? And I don't know how it came about, but it just, if you want to really go into it, all the numerology and astrology and all of that stuff, you know, they've always said, oh yeah, that one, she's gonna be an entertainer. And I'm like, okay, Mom, thanks for letting me know. But you know, some of it's fun. I do enjoy it.
It's always interesting for us to hear this, because we've talked to a good chunk of people that are like us and did like high school theater and maybe a little beyond, and always, was a performer, and then channeled that. And some people were do on stage and in front of the screen, and they just now they've opened up this world of voice. It's interesting to hear like someone like you, where it's like you've always been an entertainer, but you didn't do
that
the high school drama thing, or the normal
thing
path
is, I
to
kind of did, like in middle school, but not it wasn't normal. Like middle school, we had random plays and everyone. I went to Catholic school my entire life. Dominican kindergarten, and for kindergarten, 1st through 8th grade was a Catholic school. My high school was an all-girls Catholic school. My college was a Catholic school, except for Moore Park. That was a public school. But so just all of that. And I remember in middle school we had like a Christmas play that we did, and guess who got to play the nun? Me. I got to play the nun.
All right.
And I actually, I borrowed the habit of one of our Dominican...
How do you solve a problem like Leslie?
For real. No. I got to borrow the nun of one of the habit of one of the nuns, not the nun, the habit of one of the nuns who was a Filipina nun, so she was my height.
So she was short like you?
Yeah, she was my height. I'm 5 foot, right there.
Right there.
Never grown. But that was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed that. And then high school... I got a little late into the drama stuff. My freshman, I've always been kind of a sports nut. You can't tell by my belly, but I've always been a little bit of a chunky girl my whole life, so that's fine. I enjoy my food, but my freshman year I did field hockey, and I went to a private all-girls Catholic school, and I found out field hockey was not my place because those girls were rich and mean. Mm-hmm. So that was not my group.
Those tend to go together. I don't know why.
Yeah, and we are by no means rich. Never were. We were better off before the recession, but when we could actually go on vacation. But
so your dad, when he worked at Apple, he didn't buy much Apple stock, is what you're saying?
We have a ton of Apple stock, which is why we're afloat right now. Because we keep selling it.
Nice.
But
less nice. Yeah.
Right. But my mom still works, and she's like, I probably will never retire. Because life.
I feel that.
Yeah, so we where was I going with that? My ADD is going crazy right now.
High school theater.
Thank you.
You were in field hockey, and it wasn't for you.
Yes.
Because rich and mean girls.
Exactly. And so that wasn't my thing. So I ended up becoming friends. I was one of those people in high school who was friends with every clique imaginable. I was just very much... I don't want to say I was a popular girl, but I realized it was a crazy day one day when I was showing like prospective students tours around the campus, and one girl like commented to me because I was walking through the hallways, and every single person I passed was like, hey Leslie, what's up, hey Leslie, and the girl looked at me, she goes, wow, you know everyone. And I was like, shit, I guess I do. Like it kind of clicked, and I was like, because I was part of a friend group of every friend group. And But
you're very outgoing. You've got that personality that just, you say that, and I'm in my head going, yep, that tracks.
I have not changed. Like, everyone who will see me, and I haven't seen them in 15 plus years, they're like, oh my God, you haven't changed at all. And I'm like, is that good or bad? So, but yeah, so high school, my group of friends started, they were all in theater and choir. And so I decided, you know what, I'm going to join choir. So I joined jazz band and jazz choir because I've always wanted to play the drums. Yeah, jazz hands. So I've always wanted to play the drums, so I ended up playing the drums. And because I went to an all...
As you can see behind her, drums.
They're still in their cases. I haven't played for years. But I did that, and luckily, being at an all-girls school, I had a lot of opportunities I wouldn't have had at a co-ed school. And which one of them would have been, probably not a lot of girls would have been able to play drums, because it's kind of, I mean, a lot of people say, oh, it's the guys thing, right? You don't see a lot of female drummers out there.
Yeah.
And I got that opportunity, and I played drums for 3 years in high school. And I was in the band, I was in the jazz band and the liturgical band, because we had mass. And so that was a lot of fun. And choir, and then my friends who were in theater all said, you should join theater, and I was like, okay. So, and I've always loved to sing, and so I auditioned a couple of times, but there is a lot of drama in the drama department.
Yeah.
Weird.
A lot of politics.
Yeah.
And I was a newbie. I hadn't sowed my oats in it yet, so I didn't get any parts. And I didn't want to be that person, but my mom flat out. And my mom's the kind of mom who's like, if you're not good, she's not going to lie to you. She's going to be like, yeah, no, that wasn't your best. You know, she's never given me false hope about anything, right? And no participation awards, you know, that kind of thing, right? And she flat out was like, well, you're better than the girl who got the part. And I was like, okay, Mom. And she's like, no, but it's true. But then that's when I found out about the politics. And one of my really good friends who got a lot of the big parts, she said, oh yeah, that's because the teacher, like, doesn't know you, so he's not going to give you any parts. And I was like, cool. But I still didn't let that deter me, and I decided to be tech. And I did props, and I did spotlight. Right. So I did all that fun stuff. But, you know,
you were in it.
That was my route. I never really acted.
But you always wanted to. And then fast forward to where you are now, and you finally were working with animals and said, screw this. I want to do something where I'm acting. And Facebook heard you, and here we are.
Don't remind me.
When I get into a script, sometimes, say it's a commercial script, I'm just like, let's just figure this out on the fly. Bing, bang, boom. I'm going to read it and see what comes out. I don't always pick apart the psychology of a script. Not entirely, because I know if it comes out of me, I'm kind of get this is some of my reads. I shrug a lot, but when you said you look at the psychology of things, probably more than me, I would guess. How do you pick apart a script? Either one that's tough, or maybe one that you're just so in love with. How do you do any of that?
So I love that you asked that, because I like to say I love the psychology of characters, and I never use it in practice.
Oh, okay.
I am one of those people, especially with commercials. I did take a script analysis course. Oh, God, I can't remember his name. But again, it was somebody that... No.
Fozzie.
Gerald.
No.
I'm kidding.
I'll get back to you.
No, I'm kidding.
I know, but I'm
just
actually
gonna keep naming
thinking.
it
I'm like, who was it?
for an hour.
3 in the morning,
so
I'll get a
mad
text from Leslie.
I remember
Bob.
Yeah.
I'd have to look at my emails, but again, it was somebody that Tim recommended. He said, "Great dude." So, and I did it with one of our other mic droppers, Lorna, and we had a lot of fun. And I learned a lot of script analysis, but I am so bad at it. Especially with stuff that doesn't have characters. I've got a great imagination, but putting it into practice is very difficult for me.
Yeah.
And that's why I feel like I don't get a ton of jobs very often, because my auditions suck. You know, I've got to work on my audition. And so I'm sitting here, I'm always going, well, if they just hire me and give me direction, they'll know how good I am, you know? But you've got to get to that point where they actually like to hear your audition, right? So that's something I've always going to need to work on. But I do need to use my love of psychology of people better. So I appreciate you for asking that,
okay.
Mitch, because
there you
I
go.
need to
Mitch,
do that.
you're going to be the catalyst.
I hope so. And I would love to work on a script with you.
Burst of success.
Just to play. We will work on a script pretty soon. But as a follow-up to that, is there a script you can think of where you've found it, maybe stumbled into that psychology of the character where, I am them now?
Actually... I love that you asked that, because recently Magnetar, which is Shoestring TV, I love the character that I have been lucky enough to play. Clementine, also Olivia.
Yes.
I love
spoilers.
Okay. Without saying
Kinda.
too much. Hopefully
Without saying
you're
too
caught
much.
up. If you're not,
Yeah.
go listen to Magnetar.
Let's just plug it right now. All right, another wonderful shoestring TV
all we do on
production.
This is a subsidiary of
YouTube,
so
Spotify,
great.
Patreon.
Yeah, Spotify,
Like,
Patreon. Just go to
I'm a
Spotify
Spotify
and look up
listener, so-
Magnetar, Magnatar, right?
Oh my gosh.
that sounds
wanna
right.
say?
This
I'm
is
horrible at
deja
spelling
vu.
in my head.
Yeah. But Leslie has a huge part in that show, and it's just amazing.
And thank you,
and
Jason. Call out to Jason. Amazing,
Call out to
amazing,
Jason
amazing
Beard,
writer and
yeah.
director.
I would like to
Yes.
thank Jason for that, because that show's awesome. But
It's
you
so
are
fun.
awesome in that, and I can
Oh, thank you.
feel. I mean, she is AI, right? Maybe
She's an AI.
So
They're taking over.
but you embody a real person, still moderately disconnected from certain situations. Like, how do you find psychology in an AI character? Tell me about this.
That's what's so fun, because, like, I stumbled upon this role. Thank you, Jason, again. And I've never... I don't know, I just felt the connection with her character, because there was just... You could even... I don't know enough. Like, I don't know ahead. I only know one episode ahead because he just sent the script
Yeah.
out. So I am also with the viewer half the time, right? I'll run in and I'll tell my mom, I'll be like, you will not guess what I'm just going to have to do with my character. And she'd be like, I can't wait, right? And so, but with Clementine, even just reading her by episode, I'm like, there is more there. And that's because of Jason's writing, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I like to do is if they don't give you sides or like a character analysis ahead of time, I like to read through the lines and just imagine. I take it my own way, right? And if that's not the way the director wants, then they'll let me know and I'll take it a different way, right?
Right.
But I just imagine. I just sit there and go, well, this sounds right. But half the time I'll just be in the booth and I'm not one of those people who sits there and just takes things apart. I just go right behind the mic. I do a couple of mulligans, as Tim calls it, and then I just record. And it is what it is. And I don't know, it's just how I work.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Sometimes I get that, and sometimes I'm just for an hour going, that sucked. Do it again.
Oh,
and
no.
yeah, I hate it when that happens. Hate it when that happens.
I'll have to leave my recording on. I'll just leave it on, and when I go back and edit, all of these swear words, all of these sounds, all of these things, and I'll click delete, and I'm like, that was a good one. I can keep that one. Mouth clicks, burps, all of the above.
Yeah.
I have one.
Hey, maybe if you leave a burp in there, they'll laugh and they'll be like, I like this girl.
Oh my gosh, that would actually be a good one. No, there was one. I shouldn't say this because it's not ladylike, but there was one where I full on just ripped one in the booth, and
Oh, not in the booth.
I literally, I stood
Was
there,
your mouth open? 'Cause-
No, I think
Burp.
I had hit the mic stand because I don't have a ton of room in there, and I had bumped the mic stand, and you know how horrible that can sound when it's recording, and you hear this boing, and then you hear shit, and then you hear and I'm like, oh my god. And that was when I had to turn it off and walk away, 'cause I was like,
Oh, if you find that recording, send it to me.
I will. I'm pretty sure I put it in my little bloopers thing. Was it Larry and Kat both said, is there like a bloopers thing you can apply to or whatever to one of the voiceover conferences? I feel like they said I should apply to that one, and I couldn't at one point.
Oh, wow.
'Cause it's it's a bad one.
That's funny.
Well, hey, what do you say? What do you say?
I say
that. I know Mitch says because he's ready. I can see him itching right now. But what do you say we hit the pause button and we come back and we play around a little bit,
As
with
Mitch would say,
the old
as-
Chat GPT roulette.
as Mitch would say, I say,
I say
I say,
I say
I say.
I say.
I
All
do
right,
say.
let's do that and figure out something weird.
Unpause.
All right. Now that we know what parentheticals means, inside joke.
Wait, who
nobody will
does?
ever know.
Okay.
All right, we got a fun one for you, folks. Here we go. All right, Operation Cake Drop. Setting: a messy, half-destroyed kitchen bunker. Characters: Rebel, a badass hero, the leader. Spud, goofy sidekick, always enthusiastic, always wrong. And Gramps, wise, cranky mentor with no patience left for anyone. Interior, bunker kitchen, day. A table is covered in flour, eggshells, and what might be glitter? The three stare down at a crumpled, flour-covered recipe card like it's a bomb.
All right. Mission Cake for the Queen of Timbledum is a go. We got 2 hours before the royal feast, and I don't want to get beheaded again. Licking batter off his fingers.
This tastes like victory. Or maybe mayonnaise. I don't know. What?
That ain't batter, you dingus. That's paste. I was using it to glue my teeth back in.
Pauses
Bunch
mid-lick.
of idiots.
I regret nothing.
Okay. Nobody here can read, so we're going by vibes today. Spud, read step 1. Spins the recipe card. Sorry, spins the recipe card upside down.
Insert frog. Aggressively? Wait, no, flour. It's flour.
Finally, the boy's brain is sparked. Now just throw it in.
How much, Gramps?
We're going with the heroic amount.
Flour explodes. Everyone coughs. Gramps falls backwards into a bag of sugar.
Doggone it, Dad. Gummit, Dad, learn it. This is what treason feels like. I should have died in the Great Soup War instead.
Okay. Whew. Next, eggs. Smash them.
On what?
On your frickin' dreams, Spud. Just break them already.
Spud slams eggs on his forehead. One breaks, the rest bounce off. He salutes.
You both give me heartburn, you bunch of morons. Now where's the butter?
Points to a stick of deodorant.
This says smooth glide and perfume on it. That's butter, right?
What the... You... I give up. Tell the Queen we made her a tragedy.
No, Gramps, we don't quit. This is for diplomacy. This cake is gonna unite the 5 mushroom clans and end the scone embargo.
They all freeze as the oven explodes in the background.
Does cake usually scream?
Only when you bake the souls of the damned into it.
Okay, plan B. We frost a watermelon and lie with confidence.
Can I draw a smiley face and ketchup?
Make it majestic.
My gosh, if we survive this, I want a raise. And maybe a lobotomy.
Wow. We did it.
The queen is still chewing. No one knows how to tell her it's a fruit.
I didn't even notice that the first time we read through it.
That was fun. It's my first time
fun.
reading parentheticals mid-script.
Yeah.
Maybe we just ask it to take it out next time, but that's hilarious.
That was great.
I actually like those
well, I mean
characters a
that
lot.
whole that spawned from Leslie wanting to make sure that people understood that she was grabbing a stick of deodorant instead of a stick of butter.
That's true. Yes.
It said
that-
it in the
it
thing.
makes
Well,
sense.
yeah, I mean, if you don't know that it's deodorant, then the whole glide on
Smooth
thing
glide
smooth
doesn't-
glide makes no
Yeah.
sense whatsoever.
No.
So
Maybe, yeah, we're still learning how to use ChatGPT.
yeah, I
A
am
year
so
and a half later,
not
whatever.
well versed with AI.
I don't.
And I keep seeing all of these courses, all of these things. It's like you need to, learn how to, people are using AI to do this and that and the other thing, and I'm like, it just scares me to death, man.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to do that.
Although I will say, small plug. Not that I'm going to see the movie, but I just saw something that there's a movie coming out. It's Bad Guys 2 or something like that. It's an animated movie, and they
I
have
haven't even
like
seen the first one.
They have like a disclaimer at the end that is like, it basically says if you use any of this movie for AI training, you're dead. We're suing your ass, basically.
Nice.
And so
That's
I'm
awesome.
like, oh, rock on.
That's so cool.
And hopefully that becomes the norm.
Yeah. I wanted to see the first one. I just never got around to it.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I don't have kids anymore, so some of those things I just don't get.
I have that in all my contracts. If you use my voice for AI, Liam Neeson will find you.
I will find you, and I will kill you.
So that's in my contracts, just to let you know.
Yeah.
That's good.
Leslie, I
Leslie.
lied earlier. It was awesome hanging out with you, and you
Oh my
are
God,
very
stop.
cool. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
What did you tell her before?
God.
That
I
was
went,
a lie.
Meh.
Huh?
See, and
You
then
never be mad with Leslie. She's just so much fun.
sometimes we joke. Sometimes
Sometimes we say things
that aren't
and
quite
then,
true, just for fun.
sometimes it
just to make people
frickin'
feel bad
happens.
for about 4 minutes.
I mean, you got a sense of humor. It should be fine.
Thank
right?
goodness. Thank goodness.
All right. And here's where we give our awkward goodbyes and say goodbye to everybody. Let's just do it in our accents that we're doing, huh? Just for fun.
Because I don't really know what's happening anymore.
now.
Or what this
Okay.
accent is at
Yeah.
the moment.
You know, the problem is sticking with the accent that you're stuck with. In
Pretty
the
Because
bad.
I
I don't
already
remember
lost
what it
it, and I
is,
got
yeah.
something different now.
We're actors. We're really good at this.
Quite sure. Okay.
All right.
I just want to thank you guys for having me on. This was a blast. Yeah, see, the accent
It's
changed.
changed.
Yeah,
Yeah, and the-
suddenly
and the
you
character,
went
too.
from the Midwest to the South there. Somehow.
Okay, but
I don't know how that happened.
Bye.
But anyway, hey
Goodbye.
Leslie, great to have you.
Oh.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Can't wait to play
thanks for
D&D
having
with
me.
you again.
Oh yeah, that's it's a blast.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
This was the worst one, Mike. I feel
It really
awful.
was.
I feel awful.
Really
right
was.
now. I'm
And
blushing.
that's no reflection on you,
so
Leslie.
No,
This
no,
is-
yeah.
I know.
This long. You didn't hit like we
It's
assumed.
never
going
going
to
to end. The
Stop.
people are listening. It's going, good Lord,
Just
are they ever going to stop?
Michael.
Yes, right
You
here, right
do it.
now. Boom.
Okay.